Hello students, I hope you are all fine and in good health. In this audio presentation, I will be discussing few important question answers related with the poem The Laburnum Top. Now basically from poem reference to the context question comes. The genre is reference to the context, and dear students, you are well acquainted with this genre because reference to the context questions and answers you have done earlier also. Basically in reference to the context, few quoted lines are given from the text. Few quoted poetic lines are given, and related to those poetic lines a few questions are set, and tactfully you have to answer each question, and for a hint those quoted lines will guide you while you will be answering the paper in your exam. So for that you have to read the lines properly, and most importantly you have to read the poem properly. So dear students, let's start. See, it is written passages for comprehension. Number 1. Read the extract carefully and answer the questions that follow. Now, the quoted expression or the quoted line is given, and it is the very beginning lines from the poem, The Laburnum Top. So, let's start. And here I quote: The laburnum top is silent, quite still, in the afternoon yellow September sunlight. A few leaves yellowing, all its seeds fell, till the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup, a suddenness, a startlement at a branch end. Now, these are the quoted lines. Now, let us come to the questions. Now, remember, the questions will be based related with the quoted expression above. So, the first question is, what is the significance of the laburnum top here? That means, what is the importance of the laburnum top here? The answer goes like this: the laburnum is an Indian tree with yellow flowers. The significance of the tree top here is that the goldfinch bird has built her nest in its branch, not reachable easily, to bring up her baby birds, not reachable easily for the predators. And another important thing is that the seeds of the laburnum tree are poisonous. So this is the best place for the goldfinch bird to protect her, and not only to protect but also to nurture her baby birds. Next question. Which season has been described in these lines? It is written in the second line only, and obviously it is autumn or the fall, we can say. It is perhaps the fall or the autumn season when the tree leaves turns yellow. That is because of the cyclic turn of nature, or cyclic process, natural cycle, we can say. So it is perhaps the fall or the autumn season when the tree leaves turns yellow and the seeds fall on the ground. Now let us come to the next question. What commotion does the bird create, and how? The arrival of the mother goldfinch is noted by her young ones. Obviously, she creates a strange sound, and the young birds or the young ones, they also create twittering and chittering noises after recognizing the sound of their mother goldfinch. They start chirruping noisily out of joy. The silence of the laburnum top, or rather to say, the silence of the laburnum tree is broken all of a sudden or suddenly, because the laburnum tree, as you know, by this time for most part of the day, it is in death-like silence. Silence and stillness are very much synonymous with the laburnum tree. It seems that the silence of the tree is broken, and it seems that it turns into euphoric excitement in the form of chitterings and twitterings, intensified by the arrival of the mother goldfinch in order to feed as well as in order to provide the basic necessary nourishment to her baby chicks or to her baby birds. Now, dear students, I am moving on to the second question. This question is very important. So here I quote the lines. Then sleek as a lizard and alert and abrupt, she enters the thickness and a machine starts up of chitterings and a tremor of wings and trillings. The whole tree trembles and thrills. It is the engine of her family. Now, I told you all these quoted lines are very, very important. Now, let us come to the questions. Remember, as I told earlier, in the context of this particular audio lecture session, that from the quoted expression only, the questions will be set. So, if you read and analyze the quoted lines properly, then obviously you can answer the questions properly. For that reason, you have to be very precise and tactful while you are answering the reference to the context question answers from the poem category. So, let me move on to the very first question, dear students. To what is the goldfinch's movement compared? The goldfinch's movement is compared to that of a lizard, smooth and alert. Next question. Why does the poet use the word engine? Do you think it is a hyperbole or exaggeration? The word engine in the extract denotes the sudden and monotonous noise put up by the young ones of the goldfinch in the nest. When they see their mother goldfinch, they recognizes the strange noise of the mother goldfinch, and all of a sudden there is an eruption of noises, and the death-like silence of the tree is broken by continuous twitterings and chitterings created by the mother goldfinch and her baby birds. The poet has definitely used hyperbole in a beautiful way to compare the sudden eruption of chitterings in the tree to that of an engine starting up. And already been told to you all, dear students, earlier that the mother goldfinch is the engine of our family. It is written in your text also. She is the engine of our family, whereas the machines are actually the young birds or the young chicks of the mother goldfinch. So let me continue. The poet has definitely used hyperbole in a beautiful way to compare the sudden eruption of chitterings in the tree to that of an engine starting up. Which two sounds dominate in this extract? Which two sounds are very much predominant in this extract? The sounds that strike our ears repeatedly are the chitterings and trillings of the mother and baby birds. The sight and sounds, that is the onomatopoeic words that actually strikes our ears on a repeated basis, or rather to say repeatedly, are the chitterings and the trillings of the mother and the baby birds. Now, dear students, I am moving on to one more important reference to the context question. Now, this is also a very important one. And here I quote, "She stokes it fully, then flirts out to a branch end, showing her bird face identity mask. Then with airy, delicate whistle chirrup whisperings, she launches away towards the infinite." Infinite means towards the infinite sky. And the laburnum once again subsides to empty. That means empty symbolically means stillness. Empty symbolically means silence. Now let us come to the very first question. Who does she refer to? What does she stoke? She here refers to the small singing mother bird goldfinch. She stokes or sets in motion the noise created by her young ones in the nest. Next one is, what is the identification marks of the bird? Remember, bird face, BARRED, that is written already in your text. It means that there are some stripes that can be noticeable on her face. So that is very important. Bird, BARRED. So the little singing bird can be recognized from the stripes on her face. And apart from that, her body was yellow in color. Next one, what do you notice about the beginning and the ending of the poem? This is a very important question. The poem starts or opens with silence and stillness. Even at the very outset, or at the very inception, or at the very beginning of the poem, we find stillness and silence. Even we find the same stillness and silence at the end of the poem also. The poem starts or opens with silence and stillness on the treetop. The poem closes with emptiness or silence that returns after the bird has flown away. Now, the important thing is that at the very beginning, the death-like silence prevails. As I told you all previously also, for the most part of the day, stillness and silence prevails in case of the Laburnum tree. With the arrival of the bird, all of a sudden there is an eruption of chitterings and twitterings. Now at the very end also, again, the same stillness and silence once again prevails. There was a momentary happiness, or rather to say, for a time being, there was a bit of an euphoric excitement, enjoyment, twitterings and noises. We can find a hive of activity, but at the very end, again, when the bird flies away into the infinite sky, once again the laburnum tree subsides to emptiness or silence. So, dear students, please go through this audio presentation. 3 important reference to the context questions and answers I have discussed. As I told you previously also, read the question very carefully, read the quoted expression very carefully, because the key to your answer is in that quoted expression. So you have to go through the quoted expression very carefully, and then you have to answer it. And tactfully, you have to answer related to the question. And as for hint, the quoted expression will help you a lot. So because reference to the context is very important from the poetry section. So dear students, that is it. Please go through this audio presentation and clarify your doubts if any. Thank you students. Thank you all.